Hello and welcome to the Robbins International Healthcare White Belt Program. I'm Herb Robbins, a Master Black Belt with over 30 years of process improvement experience. Our Enhanced White Belt program features this single video as we realize your busy schedule and long hours limit conventional training opportunities. This program is meant to jumpstart you on your path to determining what fits well for you and your workplace. As a consultant and project leader, I will tell you that having a team with members who have been exposed to Six Sigma concepts and tools provides for a competitive edge. The White Belt program was designed to be completed in under 30 minutes. The first step is to watch this training video. During the second step, you complete the test and don't forget to include your name as you would like it to appear on your certificate. Those who do not receive an 80 or higher will be able to resubmit their test. Next, submit the processing fee. Email us about our corporate and educational partner discounts. We can also provide joint certificates by adding your company's logo, a program's manager's name, title, and signature. Certificates are sent via email, and we encourage you to provide a copy to your Human Resource Department as the program is recognized internationally as the initial step into Six Sigma. Now get comfortable and prepare to enter the world of healthcare operational excellence and earn your Six Sigma Healthcare White Belt certification. Zero defects, Kaizen, TQM, quality circles, employee empowerment. Geez, have we had enough of these programs? All of these have been referred to as the flavor of the month since they come and go rather quickly. We use the program name Healthcare Operational Excellence to avoid these unnecessary changes and simply look to enhance the initiative with new ideas. Employees see the same program year after year, so there's stability, while periodically new and appropriate tools are introduced to the program. Before we go much further, let's review the definitions and relationships of the three elements of the Healthcare Operational Excellence program. Six Sigma relates to the problem-solving methodology used. You'll learn about how teams work together following the DMAIC roadmap using different tools to solve problems. There are tools that require us to use math and statistics to reduce variation within our processes. These process control tools focus on process optimization and reduction of defects. Some of the advanced statistical tools can get complicated, although 99% of the time basic tools are used and easy to understand. There are also lean tools which help us to focus on elimination of waste and inefficiencies in our systems. Lean tools have become very popular over the last number of years. You'll learn about the 8 different types of waste and inefficiencies that exist in all organizations. You'll also understand the methods used to reduce and eliminate them. These 3 elements, when joined together, make for a very powerful combination. The more tools within your program and personal toolbox, the more able you will be to solve problems. By learning about these tools, you'll know which tools to use and why. Yes, there's a time and place for each tool, and although there may be a number of ways to solve your problem, misuse of a tool will waste time and perhaps even cause other issues. Let's say we have a process that is done just a little differently by each employee, resulting in many errors. I'm more likely to use process control tools to reduce variation. If I were to lean out this process while it was still containing variation, we'd simply be making errors at a faster rate. Another process might have little variation, causing few errors, while efficiency issues might be causing longer patient throughput times. This might be an ideal time to pull some lean tools out of your toolbox. Lean is about speed and efficiency. Our goal is to identify waste and inefficiencies within our system, then work to reduce and eliminate them. We use the acronym HOSPITAL to help folks recall the 8 inefficiencies that exist in all organizations. Higher level belts obtain Lean 2020 vision, the ability to recognize these waste and inefficiencies in all environments. The 8 inefficiencies are halting or waiting, overproducing, slips or errors, processes that are non-value added, inventory, transportation, action or motion, and finally, lack of employee engagement. Most of us have heard the one about Henry Ford. He said you could have any color car as long as that color was black. What we hadn't heard is why only one color. Changing the system to spray different colors would be costly and time-consuming. By limiting the colors to one, his assembly line could produce more cars. Also, limiting the colors to one, his paint inventory was easier to control and therefore less costly to maintain. Lean tools such as quick changeover and Kanban would have helped him with these issues. Why select black though? Two very good reasons. Black was the least expensive to purchase and was able to dry the fastest. Wow, save more money and produce more cars. So lean thinking has certainly been around for some time. One problem that organizations have is that processes are not standardized. Many people, shifts, and departments do tasks differently. Also, it is common to have systems which are not linked, causing sloppy handoffs which are error-prone. Data is often stored in separate systems that is not shared. The end result is duplicated efforts and a mismatch of information. The objective of Lean is to create a simplified, efficient process using common language and processes while sharing information. Most importantly, we believe that by using Lean to enhance our systems, we can move people from non-value-added activities to value-added activities and create a more competitive environment to grow our organization, creating other opportunities for even more employees. Lean is not about workforce reductions and eliminating people. Lean used for these purposes can send a bad message to employees who will avoid the tools and program. Six Sigma means a number of different things. As a program, Six Sigma initiatives drive results through linking of people, training, and projects. As a methodology, problems are broken down and solved systematically using the DMAIC roadmap. As a measurement, the Sigma value relates to process capability. This is covered during higher level belt training. Let's talk about players within the program. The different belts relate to the levels of proficiency of the tools and concepts. White belts are at the entry level of the Operational Excellence program, and we believe that all employees should be exposed to these tools, even if just at this basic level. This level makes up the foundation of the program and is often completed within the first 30 days of hire. Higher level belt candidates are taken from the pool of white belts who have the desire to learn more and affect change in the workplace. Yellow belts make up the next level. Folks from all over an organization can be yellow belts. These belts don't lead teams, although they can certainly work on issues and projects. This training is provided over a 3-day period or remotely at an individual's own pace. Key managers should receive this training as a minimum to better understand basic tools. Green belts lead teams and work on projects part-time. As engineers, the 2 weeks of green belt training simply make these folks stronger as they now possess knowledge of advanced tools. Other green belts may be found as your most productive supervisors or managers. Black belts provide the leadership and guidance for projects and teams from concept to completion. Because of the high-level topics, this training is generally recommended for program leaders, managers, and senior engineers. The typical black belt training spans 4 to 5 months for a total of 4 weeks of training, during which time the black belt candidate works on a project. Training managers and administrators so that they fully understand the program and their responsibilities is vital to success. These individuals are responsible for supplying resources and will need to know that there is a commitment with respect to time and money before the savings begin to roll in. Champion training is sometimes combined with or performed as yellow belt training. Not all organizations will need a master black belt. This advanced level of training is good for a program director or engineers who are faced with extremely difficult problems. For smaller organizations, networking may help to find a master black belt resource to consult with if major problem is encountered. Larger organizations should seriously consider this level for key members of their program. DMAIC stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. This methodology will work whenever there is an existing process that needs to be improved. Let's review each of the 5 steps. During the Define step, the champion will place the problem, team, and leader together. The scope of the project with objectives needs to be made clear, such as the scope of the project is to reduce lab errors by 25%. Project due dates are as important as objectives. The project charter identifies these and other critical characteristics. Once the team has been formed, it's important to understand and validate where the starting point is. This is done by completing a process map. Additionally, errors and variation within the measurement system need to be evaluated. All input variables are identified on the process map, and tools such as C&E matrix and FMEA, which are cause and effect matrix, and failure modes effects analysis are started. Some of the advanced tools will help us prioritize variables so that we know we are working on controlling the right things. If I have several inputs to a process and one contributes 80% to the output, then that's where I want to focus my attention. During the analyze step, we look at all the information that we've collected during the prior steps to understand how things are interrelated. We identify opportunities along the way to enhance our system. With lean projects, we are identifying enhancement opportunities within our value streams. During the improve step, the team begins to develop and implement enhancements that have been identified. Some of this can be done immediately, while other process changes take more time and require pilot runs. All changes require approval, and communication to all involved is critical. Additionally, some advanced research may need to be performed at this time. The last step in the DMAIC process is control. We want to ensure that the changes made actually create and sustain positive results. During this time, we're training area personnel and handing off the process to the owner. Final verification of project deliverables is made at this time. Six Sigma is a proven program and methodology that can yield impressive bottom-line results. As a minimum, these powerful tools in the hands of employees who are now speaking common language of improvement is a competitive advantage. Organizations need to avoid the pitfalls such as not involving everyone. Basic training such as this white belt level should be considered. Executive champions need to provide resources and then hold folks accountable. Management who are not part of the program or do not believe in these concepts will be the root cause of its failure. There are 7 quality tools that will be reviewed as part of higher level belt training. Using software such as Minitab, data and information can quickly be transformed into a picture. We can present and use this format for process control and improvement activities. There are 2 types of data. Attribute data is data that we can put into categories. This type of data is counted. Items such as pass-fail and acuity levels are considered attribute data. Anyone who has answered a survey and rated something on a scale of 1 to 5 is using attribute data. Those are 5 distinct categories. The other type of data is variables. This is referred to as continuous data, as the possibility of this measurable data is infinite. Height and weight are 2 types of variables data. A trip to the city may take 28 minutes one day, yet 65 minutes another. Perhaps traveling through rush hour, encountering an accident, or the busy holiday season adds to this. When 2 or more items are not the same, there is variation. When we move patients or things through our medical facilities, we want to have the least amount of variation possible. The less variation, the better we are able to predict things such as staffing levels, process capabilities, equipment utilization, and patient commitments. By measuring items, we can analyze the variation within our systems. Here are the last 50 trips to the city. There's certainly variation. We made these trips during different days of the week and times of the day. This run chart helps us to view the data over time and look for variation. If we were to rotate this graph and shake the points so that they fell to the bottom, we'd have a dot plot and the beginnings of a histogram. Let's take a look. Most things in nature follow what is called the normal distribution in the form of a bell curve, represented by the blue line. An example would be the heights of adults. The highest number around the middle, or average, and fewer exist as heights get shorter and taller on either end. There are 2 basic components of variation, the measurement and the process. The 5 M's and the E help us to recall all 6 components of variation. For now, we're going to break away the measurement system and leave the others under process. An important takeaway is understanding that how we measure the process is critical. Data and information that we interpret has variation from the process and from the method by which we measure it. By analyzing the sources of variation, we will be able to identify the causes of variation and work to reduce and eliminate them. So a word of caution, before you go off and fix your process, make certain that your measurement system is not your problem. Tell me, I'll forget. Show me, I'll remember. Involve me, I'll understand. Our philosophy is to get all level belts involved with enhancement activities. So I will encourage you to work with a higher level belt to better your understanding of these tools and concepts. Let's briefly review what you've learned. Think of Six Sigma as a program with different levels of belts who possess corresponding levels of concept and tool proficiency. These belts enhance your workplace. Think also of the Six Sigma methodology: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. When we follow these steps with a strong, diverse, and cross-functional team, the results are overwhelming. There are also a number of lean tools that will help make your workplace more efficient. You've seen the hospital acronym, which helps folks recall the 8 inefficiencies. When you think about lean, you should be thinking about creating opportunities within an efficient work environment. Lean is not about employee reductions. It's about moving people from non-value-added activities to value-added activities and eliminating waste. 2 types of data: attributes we count and fit nicely into categories, variables we measure and are continuous. You've seen a run chart, a dot plot, and a histogram. These are 3 ways to visually analyze your data. Also think about the 5 M's and E as the components of variation. You'll need to understand where the major sources of variation are coming from to reduce the overall variation within your system. Before you head off, here's another look at the path to finish your certification. Step 1. Watch this training video on Six Sigma, Lean, and Process Control. Step 2. Take and submit the white belt test. Include your name as you would like to see it on your certificate. Step 3. Submit the processing fee. Step 4. Receive your certificate. Consider submitting to your Human Resource Department. Congratulations! You are well on your way to earning your Healthcare White Belt certification. I want to mention the importance of this White Belt program. Anyone who has led a team or facilitated a Kaizen event understands the issues that slow a project relative to lack of team member awareness. White Belts, armed with a basic understanding of Six Sigma, Lean, and Process Control, help the team move forward at a much faster pace. White Belt's core strength remains their area of expertise, which is why they were selected to be team members. Team leaders are responsible for results, and knowledgeable team members are a critical part of the success of any project. Lastly, I encourage you to share our website with others and consider attending one of our higher level belt programs to further your understanding of these tools, as well as learning about other valuable ones. This is the beginning of acquiring knowledge that is transferable to any environment. After all, this is not just about your employer. This is also about valuable, marketable skills that you'll soon possess. Good luck with completing your Healthcare White Belt certification.